Hello, good afternoon. Yes, pleasant good afternoon to all my CDP Lab City Services subscribers. And maybe good night to some of you. Maybe if you're in the UK or wherever in the world you are now. Pleasant good afternoon or good night. And for some, good morning. Of course, I'm yours truly, Ronique Bernard, one of the CDP Lab City Services instructor. And guess what? As you looked at the sorry, the heading that says preparing for exams, particularly mathematics exam. Now, of course, I've been teaching for the last 19 and counting years. 2023 would have made it 19 years in the profession. And now we're in 25, so we're in 21 years of teaching. Now, I do teach students who in the Caribbean who does CSEC, but teach students in tertiary institutions. And I have the same advice for you that I would normally give them. So a lot of students, when they're preparing for exams, particularly CSEC exams in the Caribbean, they tend to become nervous. They tend to become anxious. But I have a question for you. Are you one of them? If so, I have the remedy or the solution for you. And I'm going to share that with you today. Good. Now, I dub I dub this as I dub this as I dub it as what we call using what you know to help you find out what you don't know. So I'm going to share my screen now for you to see what I'm talking about. All right. So let us talk about this. Now it says a question was asked when I went to Google, because I've always been telling my students, but I wanted to find out if I was the only person who expressed this thought. So I went to Google. And the question was asked is using what you know to help you find out what you don't know. Is it a good method? And it was an absolute exclamation. Yes, absolutely. Using what you know, that is the known facts, formulas, and patterns to figure out the unknown is the core of mathematical problem solving. The core, most powerful method involving strategies like breaking down problems, simplifying, working backward, and connecting to familiar concepts to build understanding and devise solutions. This always works. Once my students apply this concept, they never fail. They always pass their exams. Why it makes sense and how to do it. Well, decomposition means to break it down. Break the big problem into smaller problems, manageable parts that you can solve, then build back up. So I normally tell my students to create models of the question. So if you come to or if you subscribe to our program, then of course, naturally you'll get an opportunity to apply this. But I'm just sharing with you now. All right. And of course, as you know, we normally have our marathon sessions. CDP Labs will be sharing their work on another platform. You can go there and subscribe to. It's JOSA Online Academy. you can go to that platform and subscribe as well. All right. Another thing you do is simplification. You try the problem with smaller numbers or simpler conditions to see how it works. Now, let me give just a quick example of what we're talking about here. There was a question that was asked in an exam paper. Root 32 plus root 200. Now, some students at the very glance would think that the answer is adding the two roots to get 232, and they find root of 232. But that is not so. That is not so. And I'm going to show you why that's not so. So when they say simplification, this is what they mean. So I'm going to know this is a problem to be solved, but it looks difficult, huh? So guess what? I'm going to say, all right then. What if I had root Yeah, sorry about that. Good. So just to prove to you that doesn't work. So I would say, okay, I know how to find the root of 4, or the square root of it, and the square root of 16. Or better yet, the square root of 36. Now let's write that properly. Square root of 36. Now that then would equal to what now? If you were to add them, now the square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of 36 is 6. So therefore the answer is 8. But if I were to add 4 and 36, I would get 40. But is the square root of 48? No, it's not. So when I simplify it, I try the problem with smaller numbers or simpler conditions and see how it works. So this simpler or smaller numbers, simpler condition told me that I could not just add these two. So that is what I'm talking about. Oh, that's what that refers to. I hope it makes sense to you. Now you can use analogies and pattern recognition. Ask questions such as, what's similar to this? Or what does this remind me of? Or does this remind me of another problem? This helps you spot patterns and apply known methods. Resourceful thinking. Use the facts to find an unknown. For example, if I know that 5 times 8 is 40, but I also understand that we'll talk about 5 groups of 8 is 40, and then add for 6, I just add one more group of 8 and get 48. So that is how it works, and that's why it makes sense. So the essence here, using what you know to help you find out what you do not know. So here's a strategy that you're going to apply. Start practicing now. You're on your holiday break. Start practicing now to use what I just showed you with your CSEC past paper questions. or your exam possible questions. And of course, subscribe now if you have not yet subscribed to this channel or to Joseph Online Academy channel, because we will be starting our rollout of IT teaching, biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, language arts, you name it. So subscribe to the channels, share it with a friend, and give us a comment. If you're going to subscribe, say, I will subscribe. If you want to join our marathon sessions in our regular schooling, online that is, you can say, I would like to have the link to the website, or I would like to know how to sign up for the classes to prepare for exams next year. So if that is your request, go ahead and put your comment under this video itself, and we will see the comment, respond to the comment, so that you will be satisfied. So remember, I give you an advice, show you what you can do, use what you know to help you find out what you don't know. Have a wonderful evening. Stay tuned to CDP Library Services and go look over Joseph Online Academy. Take care. Walk good.